And we're back with some more oxygen not included. And we're kind of freezing ourselves some solid nuclear waste right here. Nuclear waste is slowly but surely gone down in temperature. It took a while. Took a long while. That stuff has a lot of thermal mass in it, but we're making this entire place into a nice little farm. Now, this farm down here, the one we were going to turn into Waterweed Farm, that one has a bit of a problem. Now, we could just about squeeze it in under this. The problem was any plants we put here would start interfering with these down here, or, well, no. If we started planting these now, they would interfere with the later planting of that stuff there, so we couldn't really do it. So instead, we went over here, and we planted all our waterweed seeds here. Same build, pretty much. We put in some different doors and things. Also, my mistake, I should have had these instead tiles up one. This whole thing should be moved up one so that the naphtha blobs are up one tile higher and not mixing with the water. That caused me huge problems. But I was not going to be bothered fixing it. No, it's done. We now have a whole bunch of waterweed going on right there. That's all the waterweed we're going to need going forward. So, I think while we're waiting for the rest of that nuclear waste to freeze, I'm going to take a rocket ship, pop over here real quick, build a refueling station so that we can scout out around here. Let me go grab the team. Right, team is back on the move again. We'll have them back home in short order. I'm just sending them off on a quick mission. We really do want to get back and get this farm finished, and I would prefer to have their labour to help out with it. Though, in all fairness, most of it's done. We just gotta do a little bit of chilling. So we'll land here, maybe strip mine a wee bit, and then see about putting down we're going to put down some nuclear waste storage so that we can fuel up and go and check out what those edge pieces are. Still have not found a tree planet, unless I'm missing something. This one is where we're going to get all our regolith from, if we want it. Strip mining, that's going to be hot. This thing here is for somewhere, a lot of marsh stuff. Oh, there's a magma biome. That's going to be much harder to strip mine. We'll figure it out. We have arrived in orbit around Reeklin. Yeah, why do I have a strange feeling this is going to be a horrible swampy planet? Well, because it's called Reeklin, of course. Tiny. It's absolutely tiny. Look at the width of this thing. That is nothing. Oh, okay, it's 64 tiles wide. Huh. We should be able to rip this place apart in no time at all. We're just landing down now. You deconstruct that, please. There was some sort of mess up with Matthew's Atmos suit. They seem to have it, but not. I'm not sure exactly what's happening. No. You get down here. I don't want you trapping yourself up there. Yeah, now you can dig the place up. In fact, let's dig down a little bit deeper. The deeper we can land the rocket, the better. What are you doing? Don't be lying down on the job. Interrupted sleep and bright lights. Well, of course you're interrupted sleep. You're exposed to space, buddy. Like, what did you think was going to happen? Right, okay, give me a rocket platform. We want to, yep, you made of steel. Right there should be fine. We're going to cook whatever's beneath us. A tiny scooch, but I think that will be okay. Okay, Uzo, I'm going to need you to build that, buddy, because you are the only reason we brought you here is because you have really high construction skills. Or you could nap. You know what? I'm going to let you. Just nap. Yep. Just keep napping with your interrupted sleep. You muppet. I could change his schedule. I'm just too lazy. Alright, once we get this done, we'll land the rocket. I wonder if the rocket will wake you up. You might want to move. Yep. Both of you should probably move all the way over here. Just for now. You can nap later. Perfect. Now, let's put down some ladders for them, and we can get them out of here. You guys just keep hanging around over there, just until all of that nuclear waste and steam dies down. You can come back over in a second. In fact, we'll dump you back in the rockets in no time at all. Two things we need to do in rapid succession. No, just, oh my god, why do you keep doing this, you muppets? Don't stand up there and then cut away your only way down. We only just arrived. Try not to do anything chronically stupid for at least, the first cycle. No. God damn it. Bye. You will not listen. Frickin' Muppets. What? No, that's a priority 9. Okay, go take lunch. Come back after Smoko, then you can go. Oh god. Right, we're also going to wall in the top of the map, namely to just stop the rads from coming down on top of us, and at the same time that, well, that means I have no fears about just basically coring this entire place out from top to bottom. And what do you do? Is that a narcoleptic knack? Well, at least you hid under some of that that lovely neutronium that blocked all the radiation. That was a good choice. All right, so we'll get the roof done, then we'll start coring this baby out. In fact, how deep is this planet, I wonder? Wait a minute, this is the tree planet. Oh. Bugger. Well, that's... I haven't planned for this one. Let's see here. What are you on the star map? What do we got to work with? I got a tungsten volcano, infectious polluted oxygen vent, and a hot polluted oxygen vent. So no water, no renewable food sources of any kind. So what are we going to feed this thing? Okay, we have to bring it food. How much food? What type of food? What quality of food? And it's not sustainable on this planet, unless we want to ship in a whole bunch of nuclear waste, I suppose. No. It needs to be food that we don't have to interfere with, so it has to auto-harvest itself, or... You know what? I'll think about it in a minute. For now, what we want to do is we want to put some nuclear waste in here. You should be ready to turn on. Yes, you are. So, it's about 500 kgs. Give me some nuclear waste. Nuclear waste flows up here, goes on at the front door, pops down here, and gets chucked into there. We have a little bit of petroleum right there. You can't really see it. That petroleum, make sure that the vent won't overpressurize. Some people want me to try putting the rad bolt generator inside, and I probably should. It's just I've been too lazy to design one. I really should get around to do it, though, because it would be a more efficient way to do this. But I've kind of gotten used to this design. I'm sort of just... I can stamp it down really quickly so I don't have to think about it, which makes it easier for me. All right, you. Done. Though I do have to get around to making my own little design with an internal rad bolt generator. For the rest of this planet, I suppose, well, we stick to the plan. We demolish it, and then we decide what we're going to do with it. Ooh, and we found the magma, have we? Yep, we have found the magma. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. Well, the preliminary destruction has completed. We're also putting together a little bit of a seed storage up here. If we leave the seeds down there, those fish are going to eat them all. So all of those buddy buds and stuff like that, I want them up here before the fish get their hands on them and start eating a lot of them. There might even be a few already that are not quite the full sizes. No, we seem to be fairly safe on that front. Still trying to figure out exactly how we want to feed the tree on this run. Our next plan is rather dumb. We're going to sweep up everything on this planet because, well, that was the plan. To do that, though, we're forcing all the stuff over. So, for example, we just built that tile there, which forced all the debris that was in that tile to go over this direction. It couldn't go up because there was a tile above it. And then we do the same thing again. When we build that tile, all that stuff's going to get forced to the left. And now we just should be able to build this one tile at a time. And as we do, this will just keep going up and up and up and up and up and up and get closer and closer to the rocket, is the theory. And we'll wait till the save finishes. We can now slowly, ever so slowly, push this stuff closer and closer to the rocket. I've already said everyone to start scooping, namely because, well, they might as well start dragging it up now. Anything they drop will end up either, well, right back on the pile or right under the rocket. So this will hopefully allow us to strip mine this place really quickly. And I think I have an idea about how to make just colossal amounts of calories to feed to this tree. We'll have to do some modifications to our current designs, but I think it's possible. This is concerning. Matthew here has been incapacitated from, well, irradiated. He got... How did you get 2,810 rads? That's not... Worry about that in a minute. We'll worry about that in a minute. Right, well, we did leave space for a medical cot, so yeah, that's probably a good idea. I'm not sure a medical cot is going to keep you alive. That's a lot of rad dose, like, just ridiculously high. Unfortunately, this is bad. Technically we can save them, but we can't save them. Right. We can't get them into a medical bed. Once you go beyond the 900 rads, that's it. They're pretty much dead as a dodo, because your duplicants will keep trying to put them back into it, but it won't work. They'll keep trying and failing and trying and failing. Here comes Atreus now. Tries to put them in, and they immediately fall out again, because they keep taking damage because they're just so horrifically irradiated. Which means they're going to die in 65 seconds. There is only one known cure. Let me show you. It's rather expensive. Right now we're removing both the doors at the top, which reminds me we need to change the crew. I haven't actually let Uzo or Matthew back in there. Not that it matters for Matthew anymore. They are, yeah, they are what they are. Okay, I'm going to show you what we could do to save them, and then I'm going to have to spin back time. I want to show you what we could do so that you understand why I'm not willing to do it. Everyone in? How close are we to capacity? We're up to 8 duplicants. Okay, everyone's on board. Time to launch, people. Let's just get us into orbit. We'll worry about it from there. Ooh. Okay, now remember, this is just a demonstration of how we could save them, not how we are going to save them, because we can't save them. Go, 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 go. Launch, launch, launch. Get into space. Get into space. Yeah, we're just about... There we go. We are now in space. How are we looking on internally? How many seconds have you got left to live, Matthew? You have 19 seconds. It's not a lot of time. So, the way we would save the duplicant is abandon ship. Now, remember, I'm going to go back in time because I'm not actually 100% sure if this works or not. It's just the only thing I could find online that gives us any chance of saving them. Problem is, we can't do this, but we are going to abandon ship. And there we go. The ship is gone. And my game is hung horrifically. I'm not sure how well this is going to go, because oh yeah, we have several thousand tons of mass in there. Oh, and like a few hundred tons of nuclear waste, steam. Oh my god, there's a whole bunch of shovels in there. What? I don't know what the game's going to do. It seems to have hung. Well, we'll find out once we can get back to the planet. This might take a minute, or the game just might fall over. I'm not sure which. What the hell is that? Okay. Yeah, this might take a while some more. The game is not liking this. It really... What the hell? Okay, we'll just fast forward time, I suppose. After 30 minutes, the game just crashed out, so we're gonna try one other thing. You see, you can reset the rads on a duplicant as well by launching them from a Trailblazer module. The problem is, usually they have to be conscious to get into the Trailblazer module, not lying down flat on their backs. So unfortunately, game's just loaded up here. What we're going to try and do is get their body to here. If we can get them to be lying unconscious right there, maybe when we try and load them up into the Trailblazer module, they'll work. In theory, maybe. Okay, so for now, though, we got to immediately just deconstruct those bunker doors. And to move them, we're going to need a triage cot. Oh, and cancel that. You see, the reason we need a triage cot is the triage cot is... Oh my god, why did I make that a sandstone? That's the dumbest thing ever. We need this triage cot so we have somewhere to move them to. Oh, and in here, we need to deconstruct that. We're also going to make that a priority. Emergencies everywhere. Oh my god, did you just stop to give him finger guns? Take that sandstone and go with... No time for finger guns. We're trying to save someone's life here. You muppets. Where... Is anyone making that? Yes, there we go. There we go. Perfect. That is getting produced. Okay, the sky is clear. We're going to change the crew. Uzo and Matthew Ebert. Once that is completed, and 1 second, and this is deconstructed. Okay, they got 48 seconds. Someone want to carry them? Yes, excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, now we have to be super freaking careful here. We don't want him to leave the ship. Perfect, that's close enough. For you, we can disable building. Put you down to 0. Yeah, everyone's ineligible. You interior, how are you doing? Docking, exosuit, no, move to over here. Are you going to drop them? Oh, actually, crew up. Yep, they dropped him on the ground. They dropped him. Excellent. Okay, so the patient's dropped. We're at 80%. Change. Let's get into space. Where did you go? I hit crew, didn't I? Why did you get out of the ship? Where are you going? Going to change settings? No. Yeah, just get back in the ship. Perfect, perfect. Begin launch sequence. Go, 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 go. Right. Now, we need to get you into space as soon as possible, and the moment you're up there, Matthew, we're going to try and launch you down to the planet. You just gotta not die for another little bit of time. Come on, come on, come on. Are we in space yet? Come on, 20 seconds, 19. Move it, move it, move it. Why are rockets so slow? It's a rocket. It's supposed to be fast. What if we select someone else? Yeah, okay. We can deploy Matthew now. Okay. Why can't we... Oh. Oh! Yep, that's good enough. That's good enough. No. No. It can't launch him. Even though he's literally on the exit tile, it won't let him out. Well, that's unfortunate. We will disable that building anyway. Maybe it's the... Okay, so the atmosphere checkpoint is disabled. Nope. Damn it! Why can't he launch? That is just... I suppose he's unconscious. It's kind of hard to pilot a re-entry shuttle when you're unconscious. Well, we tried. We tried, and we tried some more. There's no way Matthew is getting out of this one, I'm afraid. But just for giggles, I want to try self-destructing the rocket again. But this time, I want to see what it looks like from down below. I know it'll crash out, but hopefully we can see some of the stuff landing. Okay, you, abandon ship. Confirm abandon ship. Yeah, that's great. Then let's go down to the planet's surface. Put this on the slowest speed possible. And unpause it. Oh, the duplicants have died. Well, never mind. You know, that would probably should have done... There's the escape pods. At least we get to see those. Right, yeah, I don't think it's going to survive much longer than this anyway. But that's one way we could have saved them. Oh, there's some escape pods down here as well. We could have basically launched the rocket and immediately self-destructed it. The problem with that, even if it did work and didn't crash out the game, well, we're on a planet with no oxygen. Even if we kept everyone in their suits, they'd have to build themselves some sort of oxygen production equipment before the suits ran out of oxygen. We do have algae, though, so it would be possible. But that depends on where all the resources... Oh, my God! Right. That's what crashed the game. The sheer quantity of shells landing out of space. Oh, that is so many of them. Right. Wait, did it actually work? Oh my God, it worked. For example, yes, suppose you check on them. Their absorbed rad doses basically has been reset. Everyone's rad dose has been... Oh, great. The game's crashed again. Well, of course it has. That was, interesting. How did the escape pods pass through the wall at the top of the map? Huh. Who knows? But yeah, that's how we could have saved them, assuming the game doesn't crash out every time we dismantle a rocket full of that hundreds of thousands, well, tens of thousands of tons of waste and tens of thousands of tons of resources. Pity. I'm sorry, Matthew, we're going to have to reload back up before this crashed out for the second time and just let you die as normal. Kind of sad. Oh well, Matthew. Sorry to have let you down. We better just take off. There's no point leaving those clothes on you. They'd be wasted. Don't want them getting tainted. And yeah, they're going to struggle to try and save you because of course they are, but there's no real chance. Sorry, buddy. We'll have to train up a replacement for you. Actually, what's your skill set? Oh, they're one of our diggers. That's going to be irritating to replace. If you had just a little bit more time, what we could have done is actually built them their own rocket to self-destruct in. Damn it, but we didn't have that much time. I suppose what we could, in theory, have done is deconstruct the solo module and hope it doesn't crash the rocket, rebuild another solo spacefarer module, put a medical bed in and put them in it and launch them. But then we're still stuck with the problem of we've got 7 duplicants trapped on this planet with, well, I suppose we could rebuild the rocket, but they'd have to build an entire nuclear reactor and everything before they could leave. They'd have to melt the insides of the... I'm afraid a tasteful memorial is all we can leave you, buddy. Yeah, it's a real pity. Well, in all fairness, you did get exposed to an lethal dose of radiation, and at least one thing in this game is very true to life. You get hit with enough rads, doesn't matter what you do. That's the end of you. Alright, let's skip forward past the... let's just ask the train conductor to skip a few stops, shall we? Here lies Matthew Ebert. Yeah, my first loss this round. It's been a while since I've lost a duplicant. And no, before anyone asks, I've already checked. You can't actually harvest the tears. Though supposedly if it's cold enough, the tears would freeze, so I'm not sure about that. Like, you know what? It's not worth the experimenting. Okay, let's get this stuff away in the rocket and get out of here. I think I've got an idea for how we're going to do food for this thing. We're going to need a lot, like just gargantuan amounts of food to get a decent amount of resin out of this tree. After a lot of upward building, we finally got our, well, all the resources up here, and they should shortly be inside the ship. And in fact, we might want to start opening the doors. It's time to get out of here. I would like to stay longer, but unfortunately, we need to do some things back home. Actually, we'll take those Pacu fillets with us. We might as well cook them up. I mean, even though it didn't help our last duplicant, who had the whole aquatic buff, but still got exposed to 2,000 rads. I'm betting it was probably from this thing over here somehow. We had to deconstruct a pipe there and there to add some... never mind. They shouldn't have gotten that close, though. They should... I messed up. I must have messed up. Sorry, Matthew. Well, let's just say goodbye to this horrible, horrible planet. It wasn't that bad a planet. It was just I played badly. I shouldn't have let the duplicate near the radiation. But we'll be back for that tree. Probably with an awful, awful, awful lot of food. I figure that's our best bet. For now, I'm going to do a quick lap around the edge of the map just to explore the last of the planets before we head home. I have some ideas about how we're going to make food. Though... yeah, I don't think we're going to be using this exactly the way we thought we were. Though I can start doing some modifications here. Everything is here is a minus 16, minus 19 to minus 16C. Yep. Nicely cooled. Very nicely cooled. As the ship makes its meandering way back home while exploring everywhere, we actually found Russell's teapot while we're out here. That's excellent. What we want to do is... well, I was just going to plant 18 exuberant sleet wheat. However, there's a theory I heard that allows you to duplicate sleet wheat grains. So we might be able to get duplicates of the sleet wheat grains, though I have no idea if this can work. Right now, we have the current 18 exuberant sleet wheat planted, namely because they won't go off while they're stored in there. We've also disabled the tiles so that no one brings along dirt, though I think that's been patched. Yeah, no, this thing's actually consuming dirt, even though there's not enough rads and it literally can't meet all of its requirements and there's no water, but that's fine. What we want to do is we want to dig that sucker up, and we want to try and maybe do a sort of a minor duplication thing. 1 second. Come on. Okay, there it is. Exuberant sleet wheat grain. We want to move you to here. Yeah, just move it over there if you wouldn't mind. Perfect. Now, get the hell out of here. So, the theory is, sometimes you get fish, and your fish will eat a seed. So they'll eat half a seed and leave half the seed behind, let's say. Then you plant the seed, and you can still plant half a seed. That used to be the case, it seems. And then if you dig the seed back up again, you end up with a full seed, assuming you've planted it. So, what we have over here is some surf and turf that is exactly half a kilo. So if we were to say, get that surf and turf and put it into the fridge, that's fine. Then we limit the fridge in size to 1 kilo. I have no idea if this is going to work. This is just a theory of mine. What should happen is, if we tell it to also take cooking ingredients and take the sleet wheat grain, it should take part of the sleet wheat grain? Right. That leaves us with a fraction of a sleet wheat grain. Huh. This is weird. We're going to plant an exuberant sleet wheat grain right now. Are you kidding me? This works? Okay, but if we uproot it, is it still a fraction of a sleet wheat grain, or do we end up with the full sleet wheat grain? It's a full sleet wheat grain. Okay. So we could duplicate exuberant sleet wheat grains. Well, we can duplicate them until the food in here goes off. How long will that food last? It'll last a while. But assuming we do a bunch of micromanagement, let's see, plant that seaweed grain, boom. Okay, we will just crank down to 0. We will tell you to drop the seaweed grain. Then we'll have to open the door. Then we'll plant the seaweed grain back here. Then we'll have to move some around, but we should, in theory, be able to duplicate. Come on. Someone want to go grab that? Come on. Perfect. That means we can produce an infinite amount of exuberant seaweed grain, assuming we're willing to micromanage an awful lot, and we can find food that's, you know, half a kilo or something. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. We can make enormous quantities of food if we do this right. Yes, we can. Okay, but I am out of time. So I wasted a whole bunch of time trying to figure out if we could save Matthew. Well, okay, it wasn't time wasted. Well, okay, technically it was time wasted because they didn't survive, but I was willing to try a bunch of things to see if we could save them. I also looked into seeing if we get sightseeing modules. It turns out sightseeing modules don't exist anymore. I'd forgotten about that. Sightseeing modules would have been sort of like a stasis thing. But no, not an option. I couldn't think of any way to save them, barring self-destructing the rocket. If we had more time, we could have built them their own rocket. Never mind, never mind. Things happen. Next up, it's going to be food. We are going to try and do a massive, massive food production. No real guesses for what food we're going to be using, and we're going to see if we can't mass produce an enormous amount of food. We got to feed about, 30,000 calories of food per cycle to the tree. 30,000 calories, and that will not get us huge amounts of resin. It'll still get us a lot of resin, but I'm thinking we can mass produce more than 30,000. If we could do 100,000 calories a cycle, we could build up a stockpile to feed to the thing. But that is for the next episode. I'm going to cut this out here. I hope you enjoyed. Good luck.